How are all of you? Thanks for coming back to the crypto channel. Today, Rich is making another movie about XRP. I hope everyone is having a great day as always, no matter where you are. We're going to talk about XRP. Also, it's Sunday afternoon. Some people have also asked me if I really think XRP can hit 1,000, which is why I made this movie. I'll explain it in this movie, and you can decide what to do based on what I say, okay? Let's start. Separate talk to funders about it. By changing its name to Ripple, Swift is getting better. You can now pay in new ways, such as with instant blockchain returns instead of slow wires. Pay attention to this. It can now be used for many things, and some of them are great purchases. I'm not going to talk a lot about these. I just want to say quickly that a lot of valuable things are being stolen for good reasons. As I already said, the first thing we need is the right way for business and banks to work together. Digital. That's what digital funds, markets, or guards like Anchorage, Fireblocks, Kraken, and others do. We have money in all of those, including the ones we're showing you here. When it comes to money, things, and investments, everything stays the same. Things like Swift, Visa, and MasterCard are being turned into digital forms. They are called Ripple and Yellow Card in the internet world. We're also changing coins like the US dollar into digital ones like Tether and Circle. We also have money in both Circle and Tether. He says that Swift is being changed to Ripple at the level of goods. So is the move already planned? I've said in a number of videos that banks are already moving away from Swift and toward Ripple and likely also XRP. Black Swan, a businessman, says that money gives people power in politics and gives states and private groups that create things out of thin air. Allows them to start fights, jail you, and steal your money. Gold has been worth a lot. For a very long time, XRP can now be sent from one country to another. Both are very important, but I've always thought that XRP would change currencies that are backed by gold. I still believe that the US digital dollar will be backed by gold someday. I don't think gold will back XRP, but I do think it will change how much gold is worth. As you read this, remember that gold will be turned into an XRP token. If everyone has the same chance, XRP will win. There is one thing I know for sure many people who have made money with XRP have talked about putting money into it. One of them was Kim Clement. Remember that he said he sees something that starts with X and ends with P. It would be smart to put money into that. First I saw an X, then I think I saw a number or something else. Finally, I saw the letter P in different vids. He said that more than once. Brandon Biggs also said that XRP would hit 10,000. Should you make money? Will there be an XRP worth of 10,000? Another group is made up of Musk, Thiel, Ripple, and the PayPal guys. Musk's friend Peter Thiel, who helped start PayPal, knows a lot of important people in the Bitcoin world. Ripple Labs got money from Thiel's venture capital firm Founders Fund in 2013. At the time, the company was called OpenCoin. A lot of people know that XRP can be used to send money to other countries. It's possible that Musk is connected to X and Ripple or XRP, even though he hasn't said so in public. He owns the X name and worked with Thiel before. If you look at the Musk's brand, it's the letter X. This is the PayPal group. Finally, do I think Elon will use XRP at some point because of the idea of the PayPal mafia? That's likely what will happen. In 2019, Ripple and Trump got together. It was President who said he didn't like Bitcoin or other uncontrolled cryptocurrencies. Up until that point, Ripple was the only big Bitcoin company that worked closely with the US government. Ripple recently won a court case against the SEC, making XRP the only cryptocurrency that has been controlled by the courts. This means it went through the court process. The CEO of Ripple, Brad Garlinghouse, just met with Trump, shown on Fox News. The talk could lead to better rules for crypto under Trump's administration. But they also got together with Trump more than once. I believe this is still going now as it was in the past. To be fair, Brad Garlinghouse always says that even though the president talked about it. David Shores is the same way. Everyone should have the same chances to win. Where do you think the president got that idea from when he says it? Ask Stuart Alder most likely by hearing what Ripple has to say. Regulation should be clear. XRP will never be called a security again. But Bitcoin to Saki is another story. It's already clear that XRP is better than Bitcoin. Some people have even guessed that David Shores and a few others at Ripple made Bitcoin. I think it's true, but that's just me. Those are the 4 Satoshis. They thought XRP would be better than Bitcoin, so they made it. So ask yourself if Bitcoin, which is based on faith and guesswork, is a really good idea. You can go up to more than $100. And why can't XRP get to 10,000? It doesn't make sense. Gold backs up XRP. This one comes up once in a while. That's something that everyone always talks about. But I already said I don't think XRP is backed by gold. Judy Shelton is the next one. In July 2019, Trump picked her to be on the board of governors of the Federal Reserve. People know that Shelton wants to return to a gold standard. Standard economists didn't agree with Shelton's points of view, and the Senate strongly opposed her nomination. Her name was put on hold in the Senate on November 17, 2012. Biden took a stand against cryptocurrencies in February 2021. He suggested a coin backed by gold that would keep prices steady and stop governments from changing the value of the money. It doesn't need to be backed by gold, though. Think of a steady coin like RLSD that is backed by gold. After that, XRP would move that safe coin all over the place. Everything that looks like that is more likely to happen still. Some people won't think XRP will ever reach a 10,000. If you think XRP will hit 10,000, you will never be ahead. Just look at it that way. Over the years, we've read many pieces just like this one. People topping 589 and 10,000 every time the price of XRP goes up by even a small amount. The new idea is that XRP will reach 4,000 or more. People get excited when XRP moves. The secret book comes next. Pay attention to this. The debt needs to be taken into account when we talk about how much XRP costs. And central banks need to get rid of that debt right now. Also, they fixed it blockchain. A study shows that the International Monetary Fund already agreed on a price before all this integration started, so I think they will. This is also true for me. It's been a while. That was the price they agreed on. Linda P. Jones told me a lot of helpful things. She had a friend who worked at the Australian Cell Bank. There was a price deal made between them that was in the thousands of dollars. That's something to think about. As soon as the banks finish testing the private record, the price XRP should quickly go up to $10. And if the IMF and the central bank agree on a price, it's possible, and I agree with you. If you're going to use XRP to move all this value, it can't be for very little money. David Shore said it was too cheap. That doesn't make sense. They would need D million of them, which costs Lautershausen. To get one XRP worth one, they would have to pay that much to get one XRP, which costs on a million. David did not say that XRP would be worth 1,000 $1,000. He only meant to say it wasn't going to be cheap. It needs to be sold for a lot of money in order to move all that value. There are a lot of people who don't agree with Penjoes about market cap. Pay attention to this. People shouldn't say that market cap is what makes XRP Bitcoin, and there are prices that other cryptocurrencies can't hit. Today, I'm going to tell you why. Cap is a good way to rate stocks, but it didn't work well for cryptocurrencies. It's pretty easy to trade stocks. This number tells you how much stock a company has.